All right, we're back with Bryan Hayes. And Bryan, well, the Flames season, it's off the rails. There's no other way to say it. It's just the way that started. And with that in mind, it's time for you to list it. And we want your top 5 train wrecks out of the gate this season, okay? Just go for it. Give it to us.
Okay, I love how they go to me for this, and I can supply it, Sarah. I'm happy to. I will begin at 5 with the Edmonton Oilers. Yes, they just got a win, but they beat another team that's going to be on this list. They're 2-5-1. McDavid had the injury. They got booed off the ice at home. They couldn't keep pucks out of their net, and they couldn't get big stops. 2-5-1, you're definitely on this list. Edmonton at 5. Pittsburgh at 4. They're 3-6 to start the season. Kyle Dubas spent a lot of money. He brought in a lot of pieces to try to get Sid over the top, Gino over the top, Letang over the top, including bringing in Erik Karlsson. Karlsson still not finding his way. They're at 3-6 on the season. Pittsburgh's at 4 on this list. Ottawa, yes, they're 500, but it has been a gong show off the ice. Shane Pinto suspended. They've lost a first-round pick for a trade a couple of years ago. That led to their GM being fired. DJ Smith hearing chants from different fans in their home building. Not a good start for Ottawa. They are at 3. San Jose is at 2. Now, they are 0-8-1. They are one of the worst teams we've seen in the league in a long, long time. They do not look like they're even close to getting over the top. They have no talent. They have no depth. They are building for at least 4 or 5 years down the road. 0-8-1 to start your season. You're going to be number 2 on this list, which leads me to number 1. The Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames are at number 1. They are 2-7-1 on the season. They have a new coach, but it has not changed anything. Their star player, Jonathan Huberdeau, is off to another terrible start. They're getting booed off the ice. They just played their arch nemesis outdoors at the Heritage Classic. They lost that game. It's been an ugly start for a number of teams. None have had a worse start than Calgary.
Okay, I got to contest your 1-2 here because Craig Button did say that the Sharks may be the worst team of all time. And Frankie Corrado said the Sharks don't win with dignity. But you have the Flames as the worst train wreck right now. So how do they dig themselves out of this hole?
Well, here's why I would put Calgary ahead of San Jose, because San Jose is meeting expectations. 0-8-1 is difficult to suggest that's the bar, but that was the bar coming in. I think most people thought they'd be the worst team in the league. Calgary, to dig themselves out of this, their new head coach has got to find a way for them to score more goals. He's got to find a way to trigger their star players. Jonathan Huberdeau is off to another terrible start. Kadri can't do anything 5-on-5. Defensively, they need to start playing better. Really, it's across the board, and it comes down to expectation. The reason you're at number 1 here, if you're Calgary, they thought they could compete for at least a playoff spot. If it continues at this rate, they're going to be one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the league.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. Okay, so Calgary, the only Canadian team with the night off. They're going to be back at it Saturday night in Seattle. Thanks, Hazy.